I'm proud of our team. We competed hard against a team that competes. And I thought second half, first to second half, we were significantly better, guarding without fouling and rebounding the ball, which were two critical pieces that we struggled with in the first half, but they're a hard team to guard. They do a lot of things off the bounce. They're athletic at 5 spots. So this was a good win for San Diego State. And I believe as the season goes on, more people will say, yeah, it was a good win. No flow in the first half because we were not adjusting quickly enough to how the game was called. It was a foul fest and a free throw shooting contest. Got a little more flow to it in the second half. And I thought our bench gave us good help. In the first half, Darryl Williams came in and gave us a real solid job. Ben Perez, even though he was 2 for 8 or whatever he was, I like him. He's unafraid. He's a shooter. He's a scorer. He doesn't worry if he misses a shot. If he gets the next one, he's going to shoot it. And I like that about him. And Zylan is going to be a guy that our fans will love. He plays so hard. This is his first game. He's a young rookie who at times went a little too fast, but you will never, ever fault the effort and energy that he brings and his will to win for the team. So all in all, good win for the Aztecs.
Coach, people talked about the referees calling it this tight, and apparently every game across the country, most games were like this. Is it too much? Are they going too over the top? You get 52 fouls and 58 free throws.
Probably they would tell you we're doing what we were told to do, what they want us to do. I thought on both sides that there were bumps, there was contact that, to me, you play on. But if they don't let you play on, then you don't do that. You adjust, and you don't commit fouls of the non-smart variety. And we had several of those where we picked up a foul. We put Jeremy back in one stretch, and all of a sudden he gets his 3rd foul on a play. You can't get that foul on. And Trey had at least 2, maybe 3 offensive fouls called on him. So those you have to find a way to avoid. So we'll see. I mean, I asked one time, I said, come on. And they said, that's what we were told to do. So if they're going to do that across the country, then we as coaches and players got to find a way to say, okay, that's how the game is. That's how we're playing. So we got to find a way to guard like crazy, but don't foul quite so much. We were better in the second half. At least, at one stretch I looked up and we only had 3 fouls for a long time. So.
Coach, I know you stress playing fast. I mean, what kind of effect does that have on that goal with all the fouls?
Playing fast?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what it should do for us is open the floor up, give us angles to drive, maybe get us to the line a little bit more. Can't turn it over when you do it. And you got to play under. You got to know when you can go 100 miles an hour on the expressway, and when you got to downshift in the stoplight signs when you get closer to the rim. And that's an art also. And I think at times we look pretty good at it. We had a lot of good shots, and a lot of those threes that we missed I thought were really good shots, especially Ben's. He's 1 for 7. He can make those. Every one of them he took, I wanted him to take.
Coach, if you can, how do you neutralize on Monday? You face the 7-footer from Utah, who you guys saw earlier in the year. I think he went 12-8, and then he played Okafor in the Sweet 16, and he's on draft boards. It seems like he even developed after he played you. He's a very unique assignment for you guys. What can you do in terms of pace or perimeter game to put him in different spots to address that, I guess?
Well, we got to make sure that we don't let him when we're on defense get easy stuff. Skyler and Angelo have done a pretty good job of defending, and then we'll have to decide, will we post double when it goes in. And he's going to guard one of those big guys, so he won't be chasing around too much on the perimeter. So we've got to find a way to move him a little bit. Whether we're successful with it or not, we'll find out. But I've watched very little on Utah as we speak. I know that he came in with a nice rep and expanded on that as the season went on. So he's a very good player.
Steve, given the early foul trouble that your guards got into, how crucial were the minutes that you got out of Dakari?
We got a lot of players, and when we got guys, when Jeremy and Trey got early foul trouble, it wasn't just Zylan and Dakari. D'Arrow came in and at the point and did a nice job. Dakari's been playing that way for 28 practices, a scrimmage, and an exhibition game. He's been really playing solid, smart, productive basketball. And Zylan makes some mistakes, but he's not going to make many because he's not trying. And he will get better as he grows into a comfort level with this season and with himself.
Coach, Jeremy struggled a little bit in the scrimmage, but put up 20 tonight. What did you see in the kind of progress he made out there in his first game?
Jeremy's a good player, and Jeremy's unafraid. In some respects, I will say that as a freshman, he might have some peaks and valleys. I would hope that that wouldn't be the case, but in all reality, for a freshman, you probably have more than you do when you're a senior. But he knows how to play. He competes very hard. And tonight, those drives that he couldn't finish the last time, they were finished. He was finishing them and making them, and he liked that, and so did I. So he was obviously very, very important to us tonight.
What do you think of just his composure? I mean, 3 fouls, freshman, you're benched for like 8 minutes of the first half. Freshman might get frustrated, but for him to come out and score 12 in the second half, like it never happened.
I've gotten to know Jeremy. They came to our team camp when he was a summer before his senior year in high school. And I watched his demeanor and how he interacted with his teammates. I watched him on an AAU team with 3 point guards that he never got upset when he just ran the floor and played. He's a team player that if you say list in order guys that when you say something, you know he's listening, he's a freshman, but he's right at the top. He wants to please. Jeremy Hemsley wants to please. So I like that trait in him. And he has the ability to let loose and not worry about what just happened. I watched him lead a team to a state championship. And so we got a good player. And everybody knows that we got a good player in Jeremy.
Coach, obviously there's huge expectations around Malik, both internally and externally. Didn't make a shot tonight, struggled a little bit at times, did some other good things. What's it going to take really to get him going? Does he just have to shed the expectations?
Are you saying Malik?
Malik,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got to roll up your sleeves and go to work and compete. You got to not worry about, and I don't think he does. I said to the team afterwards, I said I love the fact that finally, for as many free throws as we missed, we got one off our X. Winston got one at a crucial point, and we got a basket off of it. And I said I also watched as Malik came in the locker room, went around and gave everybody 5 and congratulated them. That shows character. That shows a good person. Yeah, obviously he's got to play better. He's got to be better than 0 for 4. Got to play better at both ends of the floor. He will. We won it yesterday, and so does he. So hopefully he'll have that type of game against Utah that we're saying that's more like what we thought we would see.
How do you project this team with its experience and inexperience at certain positions, having a top 20 game on the road Monday this early in the year? How does this team fit in that kind of backdrop?
I'm not sure. I'll be anxious to find out. I don't think that we will do anything other than come out and expect to win and compete. We got a lot of guys returning. We got two or three key guys that haven't played before, but we got others that'll kind of make them feel good about themselves. And obviously, if Jeremy Hensley doesn't feel good about himself after tonight, he can't, but he will. So I don't think that'll be a factor. If we're not successful, it won't be because we were a little bit intimidated by going up to Salt Lake City and playing in their building.